started, please welcome our first roaster tonight. He is the writer and director of the film The Delicate Art of Puppetry, which has recently been completed and submitted to the Toronto International Film Festival. He's a funny man who once described my boss as a reject from an 80s high school B-movie. Yeah, true. Please welcome to the stage himself, Tyson Jacob Peters.
Thank you, everyone. I didn't remember saying that, but geez, I'm funny. See that all stuff. Anyway, thank you, Steve. They say long-windedness is the soul of wit. In honor of Nathan, I've stolen every joke here from Reddit. Steve, why did you make this on Italian Day? You asked this months ago. You could not have chosen a worse day if you tried. When Steve first told me we were going to roast Nathan, I said, why? True story. How can you roast someone who's this boring? It's not just him, it's all four of the brothers. I mean, no offense. You guys are the equivalent of white Wonder Bread. Nathan's cats are more interesting. Let's roast Nathan's cats. In a pan with some garlic butter. I've known Nathan for a while now, and out of all the Ferguson brothers, I'd say he's in the top four. Oh, thank you. Am I audible to all?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people here. He may not be the smartest, he may not be the funniest or the best looking, but he is the fattest. Steve asked the roasters for about 10 minutes of material. 10 minutes? What the hell am I going to say about him for 10 minutes? If this were your funeral, your own mother couldn't even come up with 10 minutes worth of shit to say. Steve isn't drinking tonight. He rarely ever does. His wife Jessica drinks though. That's because she's married to Steve. Shit, if I were married to Steve, I'd be doing heroin. I'm just kidding, of course. Steve and Jessica are very happily married. They have a lovely child and another one. Fergusons are actually kind of famous among cinema employees in the Lower Mainland. Steve himself has personally overseen the running into the ground of 2 different theaters. Nathan's only at one, so the goals. No, he doesn't work in cinema anymore. Now he's some sort of a corporate asshole of some kind. He explained it while we were having a drink, but I zoned it out. Well, you had a startup company, right? It's too bad it didn't work out. Startup sounds like it needs a reboot. Nathan, though, you are, I think, actually the most talented filmmaker here, simply by virtue of the fact that you aren't in most of Steve's stuff. You do, of course, have the ever-consistent The Paul and Nate Show, which I love. I don't know if anyone else here listens to it. I listened to the latest episode, and I gotta tell you folks, it's a great one. Paul talks about taking shit in the woods for 10 minutes. Good stuff, guys. The Paul and Nate Show, where the hypothetical, or the theoretical, becomes the hypothetical. Yeah, sure. Thank you for explaining that last episode. You wouldn't want people to think you're an idiot. Paul and Nathan have matching tattoos. I don't know if you all knew that. Well, they do. Nathan says catcher, and Paul says Jesus. He just really likes Jesus. Speaking of Christ, the Fergusons are all good, God-fearing folk, and they love the Bible, especially that part about being fruitful and multiplying. I don't know if they actually read past that part. There's more in the book. There's, wait till you get to the end, whoa. But seriously though, they reproduce at an alarming rate. Except of course for Nathan, but him and Paul are going to keep trying. I want to show you all something. It's a marvelous invention. Oh, I can't find it. Anyway, it's called a condom. And if you need help understanding the mechanics of how to use it, ask your server. Well, Doug also doesn't have any children, but well, that's because I'm not supposed to talk about that. Doug, I'm glad you could take a break from watching porn to be here tonight. And Daniel, what did you say about Daniel?
He's not here.
Yeah, not much. So we'll just move right along. I met Nathan over 7 years ago when I worked at Silver City Metropolis with him. And we hit it off immediately. Actually, there's a good story. When Nathan and I worked there together, there was this girl named Charlotte. And she was a very sweet girl, very short. She went to SFU. And Nathan, he had such a crush on her. He would go on in detail about all the things he'd do to her if he got her alone. And of course, if she was willing, trigger warning. I won't go into detail, but I don't, your mom's here, I don't want to embarrass you. But it was pretty filthy. And now Nathan, I actually contacted Charlotte to invite her to your roast. Unfortunately, she couldn't make it. It's a long journey from Hobbiton. Nathan, you've changed a lot since I first met you. Most notably, you've got all these fucking tattoos. Seriously, there hasn't been that much ink wasted since they printed Mein Kampf. Nathan, you look like someone stuck Tom Hardy in a microwave. But well, some things about Nathan have changed over the years. What hasn't changed is his integrity, his kindness, and his loyalty. So, Pickles from Julio, I'm honored to call you as a friend. Happy birthday. Thank you.